And this is Ben.
And Allie.
And welcome back to your least favorite game show, Ageless Gaming. Where I, talk about everyone's favorite games that you might not know the facts, but if you do, then I'm sorry if I actually tell you a second time.
But we'd love to learn more.
Yeah.
So feel free to leave us comments.
Yeah, and before we actually go on to Generation 5, I want to spend some more time in the Sinnoh region. Yeah.
Which Sinnoh region is Generation 4?
Yeah, Generation 4. And why is because I have left out 4 legendaries in that Jirachi, which I don't even know if it's a Generation 4 or 2. I left out Shaman, I think. And yeah, I think those are the only 2 I've missed. And then there are the Pokemon evolutions for Eevee, which that is Glaceon and Leafeon. Glaceon being the ice type and Leafeon being the grass type.
Nice.
Which I would actually say that is a good combo, just as with Generation 2 being Espeon and Umbreon, being dark and psychic type. Mm-hmm. So I actually do like it.
They both sound like they would be really pretty.
But when you go on to Generation 6, which will be in the next episode, you will actually realize that it gets more elegant.
Nice. Now, do the evolutions usually come in even generations? Like 2 and 4?
Not really. I mean, of how they work is of how I kind of seen them that, they don't necessarily go into, even generations. They do like one generation at a time. Mm-hmm. So you can't just put each evolution in straight through every generation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that's how it works.
Okay.
And now on to the Unova region, Generation 5. First off, I have to talk about the legendaries, which are Zekrom, Reshiram, Terrakion, Virizion, and Cobalion, Meloetta, the 3 thunder gods, as I like to call them, Thunders, Tornadus, and Landers.
Ooh, they sound powerful and scary.
They actually look like Rajin or something. It's kind of like it's an Arabian thing, I think.
Oh, Arabian?
It's part of Arabian culture, genies. They're kind of based off of elemental genies, kind of. And Ginsect, that's what I'm missing, I think.
Okay.
And then... and actually, this is one... this is kind of a weird one, Victini. Which... In the games, Victini is actually not part of the Pokedex, as in an ordered Pokedex. Mm-hmm. Its Pokedex is 000.
Whoa.
Yeah, which it is on a whole new level of the legendaries, and I don't think that has ever happened in a game. And my favorite Pokemon is actually legendary. And that Pokemon is Meloetta.
Okay. One
reason why I like Meloetta is that she looks Meloetta looks like a human. I mean, it looks like a humanoid creature. It should have a more defined figure. I mean, I want that, if anyone could actually make a sketch of it or a redrawn Pokemon of it, in a kind of a female form, then I will praise you 100.
So it's a humanoid figure, but not a very...
it looks like someone just stuck a woman's head on a child's body. I mean, I still like it nonetheless. And the actual time that this has ever been on an anime was when they had a crossover between the Unova region and the Sinnoh region with with an old friend of Ash's, Cynthia. Which I do want to mention is that she will go with Ash on his adventure in the last season of that movie, or that show. And also, I'll just say right now that I actually do like the anime itself. The Pokemon Black and White, I actually almost forgot, is the games that comes with that. And that's why. And Zekrom and Reshiram, I think, are the a perfect opposite typing. But they actually come in opposite games from each other. Because in Pokemon Black version, it shows Reshiram, but in the Pokemon White version, it shows Zekrom. I would actually think that'd be the other way around. But Kyurem, that's another legendary I almost forgot. Kyurem is actually Kyurem doesn't really play a big significant role in that game. He's only just there for you to catch him. He actually is basically known as a husk, kind of, because of how in the sequel, Pokemon Black and White 2, he actually plays a bigger role in that game as Zekrom Black and Zekrom White. Because the legend actually says that he is basically a kind of a byproduct of Zekrom and Reshiram both. So all I'll actually say is right now is that Landers is basically the peacekeeper of the games, and Thunders and Tornadus are basically the troublemakers. They basically just butt heads with each other. That's kind of the same way with Rayquaza and the both Pokemon Alpha Ruby and Sapphire, Kyogre and Groudon. So basically, one tries to keep everything in order, and two try to destroy the world. And that actually did happen. And also, I don't think you can guess on what region or what the Unova region is based off of.
What was the name of the region again?
Unova region.
Unova?
Unova. Or Unova. I heard both ways, but...
And is it anywhere in Japan?
No, it is an American city.
Ooh.
It is based off an American city. And no, it's not based off of Boston, but I wish someone would actually make a Boston region.
Is it New York?
Yes, it is New York.
Oh, okay.
It is actually based off of New York and things around New York, like Coney Island. Yeah, because you kind of know what I'm talking about. The town in the center of Unova is actually based off of New York City itself. And actually, something I didn't mention in Generation 1 is how Pokemon choosing works, choosing your first starter. Because if you choose one starter, like for example, Charizard, then your rival would choose the opposite, which would be Blastoise. So in this game, in Generation 5, they actually took it to another level, just slightly above that level, because not only your rivals actually have a type advantage, the one you go against has a type advantage to the gym leaders.
Okay.
Because in the first gym, I forget, again, like I haven't played Pokemon Black and White for a while now, so I might forget some of the city names, but I do remember the guys you actually go against. And there actually are 3 guys you can go against, depending on which starter you choose. So, for example, if you choose the Water-type Pokemon, then you go against Silent. If you choose the fire type, you go against Cress. And if you choose Snivy, then you actually go up against Chili. And also, I do want to make this somewhat clear is that those three Pokemon masters are actually based off of real life ingredients: watercress, chili peppers, but Silent, it should be Ceylon, like cilantro.
Huh.
But it might be cilantro, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
And also, I did because I did want to mention the evil team into the that I actually do like, and it actually takes it on another level, and the creativity of those Team Plasma of the team, which is Team Plasma. You actually go up against a guy named In. His name is a letter. But the thing is that later in the story, you'll basically find out that his name is actually Parodius or something, or no, that's the team leader's name. One of the team leaders, which he actually is a kind of a foster parent to In, but he basically wants to destroy the world, but the guy that raised In wants to destroy the world, but In wants to release all the Pokemon. So it's basically a father and son kind of deal, like the father hates the son and the son hates the father kind of deal.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the story, and he will also choose. Actually, it's with any kind of game like a mascot game. If you choose black, you have Reshiram, and I chose white, which is Zekrom, which they are both dragon types, Reshiram and Zekrom. But they actually have a second typing. Zekrom is a dragon electric type.
Nice.
And then Reshiram is a fire dragon type. Which is kind of a cool thing, but I like Zekrom better because he looks black, and I like his name Zekrom. You get to keep Zekrom, and he has a move that will actually make a bigger move if you would go up against Reshiram, which is again, I forget what the moves are called. It's like Electric Fury and Fire Blast or something. Again, I forget. But if those two actually, they will actually do more damage than what is intended for a Pokemon move. So Game Freak actually thought more into something that is not really thought about. But what we will go into in this next episode is actually something more better. I mean, and also the graphics get a major upgrade. Instead of 2D sprites, 3D models.
In Generation 5?
6.
Oh, in Generation 6.
Pokemon X and Y.
So that's what we have to look forward to next week.
Next week. That's my second favorite game and actually I do want to mention that Generation 5 was when I grew up with Pokemon. That was my first ever Pokemon game I ever owned. I mean, besides, and I actually own the other ones after that. I also want to, I'll probably mention this in Generation 7, Episode 7, but it'll probably be more sense to make now is because I am actually hyped about the new Detective Pikachu movie. All of you might also be, but I actually like who actually voiced Pikachu. The same guy that done Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds.
I like Ryan Reynolds too.
Yeah. I mean, he does have that kind of snarky, well, not really snarky, but like this kind of a silly demeanor with him. Well, Detective Pikachu, but in the games that the movie's based off of, he has more of like a raggedy, like a rugged, more like lower voice. Like he's more kind of demanding in that. But I do like this one because, and plus it's a live action movie, which is something that Game Freak wouldn't really think of. I mean, or the Pokemon Company.
Because previous to this, all the movies have been animated, right?
Yeah, they have all been animated anime show or animated movies. And actually, I do want to mention is that my first playthrough, I sucked at Pokemon. Well, let me explain that. When I actually got through all the gym leaders, but like where I stopped the first time, I actually got stopped by my rival, which I literally got my butt handed me, or my Pokeballs handed me or something. But
I think I like the first one better.
yeah, my butt handed me. But again, like I went with the water type because I usually go with the fire types for water types because they're more effective against like rock or ground types. But I made the dumbest choice, which is water, and he actually had a grass type, which is more effective on water. And also, I had a really bad team. I had Scraggy on there. I like the most awful team ever.
That's unfortunate, but it's when you're at the beginning of the game, that's what's likely to happen, right?
Yeah, and also, and kind of what dawned on me of how Generation 5 is entirely based off of New York, is the bird, the Route 1 bird type Pokemon, Pidove. Because I was trying to figure out like what he was based off of, because his first evolution looks like a rock dove, or a pigeon, a city pigeon, but his second evolution looks like a kind of a more bigger, like a bigger bird, but then his third evolution looks like a pheasant. Yeah, so he went from a dove, like a pigeon, to a pheasant.
That's kind of random.
Yeah, like you'd think they'd go with like a bigger pigeon, but you know.
Yeah.
But also, I was gonna say is that in my second time trying to beat my rival, I got stuck at the Elite Four. I am sadly to say.
You got stuck at what?
The Elite Four.
Oh.
At the final stretch of the game, I got stuck on Elite Four. And you can kind of see why, because there was four of them, and one of them was a ghost type, which I think one of them was actually really, really weak to. And yeah, again, I didn't really choose the best team, but I actually seen a kind of a walkthrough, and I got a better team, which consisted of a crocodile. Well, consisted of well, actually has good, and I do want to mention that if you want to go with the primate trio, whatever you do, do not choose the fire type, because one, he is 147th on the list of favorite Pokemon, which he is the least favorite Pokemon, and when you get him, he has Lick as one of his moves.
A fire monkey with the attack Lick?
Yeah, which is a ghost type that paralyzes your enemies.
So does he actually paralyze enemies?
No, what he's really good for is basically linking around and eating bananas all day.
Oh man.
But yeah, like that is, and also that is another thing that I do want to mention is that again, that's the type opposite thing with the game, because they like the starter Pokemon you choose. The monkey, that's a monkey you actually get. So you get a type opposite from the starter to the monkey, and I got a fire type of all things.
So you had a water starter Pokemon.
Yeah, a water starter Pokemon.
So then they gave you a fire monkey.
Yeah, I thought it'd be what starter I'd actually choose. I'd be more effective on that Pokemon. Or no, wait, I actually got it all wrong. I was thinking the same thing. Because water is effective on fire.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was like weaker against fire or weaker against water or something. Or no, strong against water. That'd be the grass type Pokemon. But nope, I got the worst Pokemon in existence. Besides Magikarp, I mean.
Hey, I have a really nice Gyarados because of Magikarp.
Yeah, but that's just because you train him to be a killing machine, and he actually gets a Mega Evolution in the next generation.
I'm excited to learn about that.
Yeah, which. I do want to, I'm eager to actually tell you about Mega Evolution in the next episode.
Wahoo! Well, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
We'll be looking forward to the next week when we can talk about Generation 6.
Yeah. So I think that'll be enough for today. So tune in next time for more of my ranting about Pokemon.
Woohoo!